Hello and welcome, my name is Kyle FtW and welcome back to another Black Ops Cold War video. Today, I am going to bring you guys another best class setup for the game. And today we're going to be taking a look at the XM4 assault rifle, which is the first assault rifle that you unlock within Black Ops Cold War. This weapon is one of the best weapons this is actually a very underrated AR in my opinion. I barely see it in any of my lobbies, and which is a shame because this weapon is very, very strong and definitely deserves its own dedicated class, because I think this is probably going to be the competitive Call of Duty weapon of choice, because this weapon is a lot like the M4 from Modern Warfare 2019, and it looks aesthetically a lot like the Commando from Black Ops 1, and is a beastly assault rifle. So in my last best class setup video, what I did is I went through the class very quickly, then I did a live gameplay with it, but instead I'm just going to show you guys some gameplays in the background of me using this class, and while talking about the class itself. So starting off here at the very first attachment, I have gone for the Hawksmoor Sight. Now the reason I've gone for this sight is because I just like it the best. I don't like the iron sights on this weapon, so when I was making this class, I wanted to make sure I put a sight on this weapon so that I wouldn't have to worry about using the iron sights, because I just don't think the iron sights are very good. They're very obstructive. I actually complained about this in the beta of the game, and they did tweak the iron sights a little bit, but I still have never been able to get used to them, so I've gone for the Hawksmoor Sight, just because I like having that clear sight picture with no issues with the iron sights. And I tried my best to use iron sights. I actually used iron sights, and when I was experimenting for this class, I used the iron sights for a little bit, but I just could not like the iron sight. So I've gone for the Hawksmoor Sight. Of course, you can use the Microflex LED sight, which is a very good sight, the quick dot, whatever sight you want to use, but I do recommend a sight on this weapon unless you can get yourself used to the iron sights. But me, the one who always says get used to the iron sights, could not get used to the iron sights with this. So the first attachment, I've gone for the sight. For the next attachment, I've gone for the SOCOM Eliminator Muzzle, which improves your muzzle flash concealment and your vertical recoil control at the cost of shooting movement speed and horizontal recoil control. So what muzzle flash concealment does is it basically hides you from the radar. And I'm not exactly sure what 85% means. I feel like maybe it's the first couple bullets you shoot, you're on the radar, and then you're hidden from the radar. That's what I think it is, but I'm not positive on that. I haven't done any research or seen any videos on what muzzle flash concealment means in Cold War. But what I do know is that it basically keeps you off the radar for a little bit. And then, of course, the vertical recoil control is pretty self-explanatory. When you're shooting full auto at an enemy, your weapon will not recoil up as much, and you'll be able to control it a lot more. Now, the negatives are not the worst thing in the world. They're not a big deal, because my next attachment is the 13.5-inch reinforced barrel, which actually doesn't have anything to do with the recoil control, but we'll get to the recoil control here in a minute. But this gives you 100% to your effective damage range and 40% to bullet velocity at the cost of sprinting movement speed and aim walking movement speed. So I don't know what it is about this attachment, but I really like it. The rest of the attachments here are just not quite as good as this one. The 13.5-inch task force barrel is a barrel that increases the damage and the effective damage range and the bullet velocity, and I tried using this barrel, but it just did not do very good for me. So I've gone for this barrel because having that effective damage range means that you're going to kill enemies from farther away quicker, obviously. Bullet velocity, I'm not really sure what that does. I still don't know what that does. It's not a rapid fire attachment like I thought it was. But actually, if I go to the details here, bullet velocity, 770 millimeters per second. Yeah, no idea. I don't know what that is exactly, but maybe it improves your bullet penetration through surfaces. I don't know what bullet velocity is. It's been something that's been in Call of Duty for 2 years now, and I still don't know what it is, but I really like this barrel. It makes the gun absolutely melt, and I absolutely love it. And the decrease to sprinting movement speed and aim walking movement speed really isn't that big of a deal, because you don't really notice that negative 4% in the sprinting movement speed. For my next attachment, I've gone for the Field Agent Grip, which gives you improved vertical recoil control and improved horizontal recoil control by 20%. So this is the attachment that basically counters the muzzle and gives you barely any recoil. The setup has almost no recoil at all and is super strong. If you only use these 4 attachments and you put extended mags, this is going to be a great Warzone class, I believe. I have never used it in Warzone. I'm not a Warzone player, but if you get rid of my final attachment here, which is this is multiplayer class, of course, because I play multiplayer 99.99999% of the time. So, but if you get rid of my final attachment, you can put on extended mags, and then it's a great Warzone class. But that field agent grip is absolutely amazing. Improving your recoil control is huge in Call of Duty, and you are going to be super accurate. And that's one thing about this class that I found, is that it is extremely accurate. Next, for my next attachment, I have gone for the Raider Pad stock, which is the final stock you unlock, I think at level like 53 or 54, so it takes a while to get there. But what this stock does is it gives you plus 30% to sprint to fire time and plus 40% to aim walking movement speed at the cost of 30% to hip fire accuracy. The reason this attachment is so incredibly good is because, number one, you are going to be able to keep your sights up faster in a situation. For example, we're using an assault rifle here, which is mostly good from medium range. However, if you get yourself into a kind of a scary situation where there's somebody really close to you, and you have that sprint to fire time bonus to your class, you are going to win that gunfight a lot of the time, because you can be in the sprint animation, you can get taken off guard by an enemy and be able to shoot and take out that enemy right away, which is huge. Aim walking movement speed is also huge because it's an AR, so you're naturally going to have very slow movement speed when you're aiming down sights. And Stalker in Modern Warfare 3, stock from Black Ops 2, so on, has always been something that I really liked on my assault rifles, and it was almost kind of a crutch on my assault rifles. So having that high improved aim walking movement speed is also something that is amazing, and combining sprint to fire time and aim walking movement speed, it's amazing, and it works really well. A secondary attachment you could use is the SAS Combat Stock, which does the same thing, or the wire stock or the tactical stock, depending on your preferences. But I've gone for the Raider Pad here. It is the last attachment you get, one of the last attachments you get, so it takes a while to get there, but it's definitely worth it. Now that we have the weapon out of the way, we can go ahead and jump into my secondary. And for the secondary, I have gone for the Silent Nod Magnum, which comes with the sound suppressor, the 5.9 Cavalry Lancer barrel, and the speed tape. I just like using the Magnum now in Call of Duty. As I mentioned in my Prestige video, I pull out the Magnum whenever I get into a situation where my AR won't be useful, or if I'm out of ammo with my SMG, and it can kill faster than the shotguns will. So I've gone for the Magnum here. Again, I don't really talk about the secondaries in my best class setup videos, because those are all up to you. Those are all up to personal preference, but I've just gone for the Magnum on my class because I prefer that. For the tactical and for the lethal, tactical, and field upgrade, I've gone for the Stim shot, of course, so if I get weak, I can instantly heal myself and get back in the gunfights. Ever since Black Ops 4, I have not wanted to go back to manual healing. I think manual healing or automatic healing slows the game down a ton, and I like being able to get weak, use my Stim shot, get right back into the action, and get another kill. I don't like sitting around waiting for my health to recover. I like going in and rushing. I'm a very rush heavy player, and if you're a very rush heavy player, I recommend the Stim. If you're not a rush heavy player, maybe use the stun grenade, the flashbang, or whatever else you think you would want to use. Next, I've gone for the Semtex. Just really like the Semtex. Honestly, lethals are kind of useless in this game. They barely get me any kills, but I like throwing them on objectives, throwing them on roofs if there's a camper in that building. Just using it to my advantage. You can also get a stick, which is an insta-kill on anybody, no matter what perk they're using. So, you know, Semtex I like the best. I would use the frag grenade, maybe the C4 more, but they're all useless because almost everybody in my lobbies uses flak jackets. So I've gone for the Semtex for my lethal, and then my field upgrade, I've gone for the field mic once again. I really like the field mic. You can place it down anywhere and get kind of a little radar. It's a personal radar from previous Call of Duty games, and while it's not really super useful anymore, and I've actually kind of forgot about using it, it's still very good and can definitely help you out a ton in your gameplay. And then finally, last but not least, for my perks, I've gone for Flak Jacket and Tactical Mask in my perk 1s. Completely get rid of all dumb explosive deaths that are non-kill streak, and also make it so that I am not affected by flashbangs. I don't really run into a lot of stuns in my gameplay, so I might start using Forward Intel more than Tactical Mask, but I just have it just in case. It's kind of one of those things that I use as a precaution, because I absolutely hate dying by anything that's out of my control, and lethals and tacticals are out of my control for the most part, so I hate dying by that. So I've gone for those two perks to negate all of those negatives. Next, I've gone for Assassin and Scavenger for my perk 2s. Assassin is just a super useful perk. It can give you a lot of score, especially if you get a kill on a guy that's on a high kill streak. I just really like using Assassin. The other perk 2s aren't really the best, in all honesty. I mean, Tracker is whatever, Quartermaster, don't really need that, and then Gearhead is pretty useless as well. So Scavenger and Assassin, I think, are the 2 best perk 2s. I kind of wish that they would have put one of the perk 3s in the perk 2s, so that not everybody would be using Assassin and Scavenger. But Assassin, basically, the description is enemies that appear on your minimap when shooting or revealed by a spy plane will have a crosshair indicator instead of a red dot if they are on a kill streak. Receive extra score for taking them down. Super useful, can get a lot of score, especially if the enemies are on a kill streak and you can see them on the radar. I just like using this perk because I don't really find any other useful perk 2s. And then Scavenger, pretty self-explanatory, replenish ammo from fallen players. I always like having ammo. I sometimes am not the most accurate player, so I don't want to throw away all of my ammo by aiming terribly, so I just like having a lot of ammo in my inventory. While I don't really go on high kill streaks very much, when I do go on high kill streaks, Scavenger is definitely a crutch, and you definitely need that. And then last but not least, for my final perks, my perk 3s, I've gone for Ghost and Ninja once again, and I was using the Perk Greed wild card. Ghost and Ninja, pretty self-explanatory. I want to use Spycraft a lot more, which is hack enemy field upgrades, mini counter spy plane, jammer, field mic tracker, and paranoia. Won't trigger proximity mines or gas mines, booby trap, enemy care packages. Super, super good perk. However, the UAV spam is a lot in this game, and I just don't like giving up Ninja because I don't like being sound horde. So I'm actually probably going to start using Spycraft quite a bit more, especially because I use the HARP pretty much 24/7 in this game. So, and get rid of Ghost because I really don't find much UAVs in this game anymore. I really don't. I mean, I rarely hear enemy UAV inbound. It's very, very rare for me, but I do get a lot of counter spy planes in, so I'll probably start using Spycraft a lot more. But with this class, I've been using Ghost and Ninja just so I can be a little bit more stealthy. And that is my full class for the XM4. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are about this class, how well you do. Do you like the XM4 assault rifle in this game? Do you not like it? Do you prefer the Krig or the AK-47 over it? Be very, very interested in hearing what you guys have to say. I love this weapon. I think it's really, really good and definitely an underrated AR. You know, it's a great weapon, and I think you guys should definitely give this class a go. If you do well with it, let me know. If you don't do well with it, then of course you can tweak the class to how you want it to be. But I will probably be covering one of the DLC weapons next, either the Mach 11, Mach 10, sorry, or the Groza. Just let me know down below in the comments which gun you want me to cover, or you can leave any gun in the game and I'll cover it next here on the channel. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, a like rating was appreciated. Want to check out any of my other previous best class setup videos? I did an AK-74U best class setup video not too long ago, but that will be linked down below in the playlist in the description. And I'll see you guys all on another Black Ops Cold War video very, very soon.